Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and thank you so much for attending this lecture on Pokemon biology. Joining me here on this wonderful ship that is our saviors, actually, is what I've taken to calling them, is my teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Mr. Curtis, if you could please say hello to everybody.
Oh, man. It's so good to sit down and... I was so worn out for pedaling for so long to power last week's episode.
Well, we do lessons here.
Last
not
week's
episodes.
lesson, I mean.
Yeah,
I thought we were going to die, but, you know.
Yeah, well, let's not dwell on it too much, and let's not really... In fact, maybe we shouldn't tell anybody at all about it, because I don't want my teaching credentials to come into question. But yeah, also joining us here on this wonderful ship is our young trainer in training, Corbin. If you could please say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody. I'm a little seasick today. Your former class president is not feeling so hot.
Yeah.
Well, if you're whoa, if you're gonna throw up, Corbin, you got to give me my jacket back.
No,
I mean, you can't be throwing up all over my jacket. Nope. No.
I'm sorry. I'm cold. Please, it's really cold out here. It's cold. It's cold.
Well, but it's a lot warmer than it was. We got the sun shining. It's a beautiful day. I mean, there are some clouds in the sky, but But what's weird though is that the waves are a little bit, we've been on a ship before, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But
yes.
I can understand why you're feeling seasick, Corbin, because the waves are like pretty crazy here. I wonder if it's just because of where we are.
I don't know. It might be the case. Okay, hold on.
God.
Sorry. No, it's okay.
If you throw up, I'm gonna throw up too.
I'm
So
not-
please don't.
No throwing up.
No, I'm not gonna throw up.
Okay, thanks.
Not on my outer jacket. No.
The waves are pretty rocky. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of smells of this fishing.
Wait,
boat,
how
too.
can water be rocky? That doesn't make any sense.
Professor, I don't feel well enough to try to laugh at your jokes today. Just keep it moving.
Okay, well, then just laugh like normal. You don't have to try when it's as funny as it is.
Okay.
But yes, so we're still kind of on our extended field trip to Cinnabar Island to pick up a Dratini from Lance. It was supposed to be a very quick trip, but as you may have noticed last lesson, we hit a few hiccups, a few bumps that may or may not have been orchestrated by Mr. Curtis.
He did it. I'm telling you, he did it. He's responsible.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just always prepare backup equipment for any situation in case it's our last, and definitely did not have it there for that reason.
Yeah, for my last will and testament, you want me to record a vocal version of it?
Yes.
I see. Well, I mean, but it is a good thing that you did bring the recording device, because we were able to catch a pretty amazing Pokemon on the recording. Does anybody remember who that was?
Oh, last week? That was Articuno.
Very good.
The blue Decidueye in the sky.
Well, that rhymed, so I'll take it. But Articuno must have left a pretty big impact on you, Corbin.
Yeah, that's okay. That was a legendary Pokemon, not the legendary Pokemon like Arcanine, to be sure. That was that was one of the legendary Pokemon. I mean, no, it is. People don't understand. Like that's not something that most trainers or trainers in trainings ever see. Like that's most people have never seen a legendary Pokemon, and I saw one with my own eyes, and everybody at home heard it. Okay, they were a part of it too. But you should have seen it.
One might say it is a Pokemon of legends,
Yes, that's what it... Okay, yeah, that's what it means, Mr. Curtis, yeah.
But a lot of other trainers also haven't, come as close to death as we did in that last lesson. Yes, maybe there was a fishing ship on the other side of the island the entire time, and we're never really in any real danger, but, we kind of thought we were.
I mean, we could have still frozen in the caves. I mean,
yeah.
That's likely.
So, I mean, I still think that there's some trial and some tribulation there. So this week, I mentioned the Pokemon we were talking about last week, because this week we're learning about another legendary Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody know who that is? It's not Arcanine. It's not the legendary Pokemon. It is a legendary
Wait, we're learning
Pokemon.
about two legendary Pokemon back to back?
Yeah.
That's fun.
You're going to lose your mind next week then.
Okay. Spoilers, Professor. Oh my goodness. I don't know who this is.
Okay. Wow. Honest for once. Very good. Mr. Curtis?
Legendary, you said, right?
I did say that, yeah.
Give me a hint.
It can't be Decidueye then.
If I could zap the knowledge into your brain, Corbin, I would do it.
Is
I
it
would.
Raikou?
In fact, I would do it twice, dose times.
Raikou?
No.
Oh. Huh.
Curtis, Mr. Curtis, did you give me a guess? I can't remember.
I'm still thinking about it. Maybe,
Yeah, if you could think longer and really, because, these lessons have been going on a little bit short recently.
I'm thinking Uxie.
Huh?
Uxie.
Bless you.
Uxie, the one of the lake, like Azel.
Oh, yes, in the Sinnoh
and
region.
and Mesprit, they guard the lakes. We're on the water, okay?
I think it's pronounced me spirit, Mr. Curtis.
Me spirit?
No, it absolutely is not pronounced me spirit.
Well, if the professor says it's me spirit, then I guess I'll just have to.
I
said it.
Learn. I said it. So
I said it definitely wasn't me spirit.
But the former class president said it.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
I
gotta hold some weight.
Well, I don't care about you. Let me hold on. Now I gotta relearn it.
I think it is Mesprit.
So it's not Raikou. Are you sure?
Mesprit.
Yes, it's definitely not Raikou.
Okay.
Or Suicune or Entei.
Zekrom.
Entei?
Zekrom's pretty zappy, right?
Zekrom? Yeah, Zekrom's pretty zappy.
It's,
Regieleki is also pretty zappy.
It's got to be Electakid, right?
You mean Elekid?
Sure.
I mean, Electakid, what is this? The student class president election? We're learning about Zapdos today.
Yes. Zapdos. Okay.
Otherwise known as the electric Pokemon.
Or yellow Decidueye in the sky.
No.
It doesn't. I mean, Articuno maybe. You know what? No. None of these look like Decidueye.
No. Mr. Curtis, that was funny the first time. It's not funny anymore.
It was so on the comedy.
And I will not stand for it in my mobile aquatic classroom. Thank you.
Yes, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, Corbin, because we have been standing on the bow of this wonderful fishing vessel, but I think we should probably move into the interior of the ship.
That's fair.
Just so I have a place to just write down the notes and stuff. And
you don't want the students to hear the swish swashing of the water the entire lesson.
The splish splashing of the waves.
The splish splashing, the wish washing.
Students or not, I care more about my jacket. If you can't keep it in your gut, then we gotta go inside. We gotta go.
Why would I keep it? What does that mean? What?
Go inside. We gotta go.
Keep it
go
in my
inside,
gut.
we gotta go.
Hey, we gotta go inside. We gotta go.
I don't keep a jacket in my gut. I'm wearing it, Mr. Curtis.
No. Keep what's in your gut, not on my jacket.
Oh, I
yeah.
gotcha.
How could you not get that from what he said earlier?
Well, it's covered. It's got spinnerack webs in it, so the vomit would be an improvement, if I'm being honest.
Well, I'm glad that we've been.
Oh,
wow!
You gonna fight me, huh? You gonna throw me overboard? Actually, don't. I don't want to be another Squirtle in your story.
Well, luckily for you, Corbin, as we were talking about all of that, we were making our way into the captain's room here on this fishing vessel. So we're inside now. You might have heard the door close. You might not have. I'm not sure. You were talking a lot.
I was talking a lot. I wasn't really paying attention. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so I don't have a Zapdos for you guys today because I mean obviously it's a legendary Pokemon. I'm not. These aren't easy to come by, and maybe we'll see one, maybe we won't. And obviously I don't have any drawings for you today because I was not really planning on giving this lesson here, but times change.
I thought you said that you had every Pokemon. You said that.
Well, no, he's never claimed that.
He is definitely somebody listening's got to back me up. He has definitely said he has had every Pokemon.
But
listen, I can acquire every Pokemon, but if I don't have to acquire a legendary Pokemon, it does wonders for my bank account.
Well,
That's
just wait here a second, and I will draw you a Zapdos
wow.
for you to reference here. So
well, while you're doing that, Mr. Curtis, maybe we should start reading these Pokedex entries.
oh, that's a good idea.
I think that is a fantastic idea.
Okay, great. Let's start off in the Kanto region. The first entry says a legendary bird Pokemon that is said to appear from clouds while dropping enormous lightning bolts.
Okay. Sounds like a standard electric type,
Dropping a couple lightning bolts,
Yeah. You think standard is that a lot of them live in clouds?
No, I meant like the dropping of the lightning bolts, not the living clouds.
Okay. Well, it does say enormous lightning bolts.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Which I feel like shouldn't be overlooked. I feel like that's an important qualifier there.
Define enormous, please.
Bigger than a bread basket.
Ooh, that's some big lightning bolts. Wow.
Right. But hey, I mean, like I said, there's only a few clouds in the sky out there today. So unlike last week, I don't know if we're gonna run into a Zapdos. Actually, looking outside, the clouds are starting to get a little bit bigger out there.
I guess a little bit.
That's weird.
It would be unimaginable for us to run in 2 lessons in a row, run into legendary Pokemon like that.
And coincidentally have it be the same one we're talking about.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? Maybe Arceus will smile upon us.
You have a greater chance of getting struck by lightning. You know what I mean?
I mean, if something gets... I mean, that's I do have an issue with that saying, though, right? Because if something gets struck by lightning, that means that, it has a... It has a... What am I trying to say here? I think that if something is struck by lightning once, it's more likely to get struck by lightning again.
I don't know if you can prove that.
Yeah, because, why does lightning strike where it does? Because it's trying to get to the ground the quickest, right? And if it strikes in a place, it's determined that is the quickest route.
That's fair.
Oh, so you're saying if a thing is struck by lightning, it's likely to get struck again. Yeah.
Because it wants to get to the ground through that same spot.
I would be surprised if somebody, that was struck by lightning would go back to the same place again.
It sounds like something stupid you would do, Mr. Curtis.
But I mean, the saying is lightning doesn't strike twice.
You know what? You are right, Professor.
and I think I stand in defiance of that saying.
I will stand with you, Professor.
And say lightning does in fact strike twice.
I will stand by you
I'm gonna
forever.
Sit over
Well, there's really not that much room in this captain's quarters.
Never, yeah.
Okay, that's
beautiful.
Okay. I'm the artist here. You need to stop.
You're something. All right, everybody move away from the windows. Let's stop looking at the skies. The next entry here says, this legendary bird Pokemon is said to appear when the sky turns dark and lightning showers down.
Ooh. See, that's well written. I like
lightning showers down.
Lightning showers.
Yeah, like, think of like rain, but instead of water, it's just all lightning.
That's the first thing I thought of when I read that.
Wow. Okay, I guess it was completely pointless of what I said then.
Yeah. It was.
It's almost like I shouldn't say anything.
Yeah, now we're just wasting time, Professor.
Professor, everything you say is important.
Mr. Curtis, everything you say is dumb.
Wow. Okay. You know what?
Wow, maybe, in these recent lessons, I've really been starting to question whether or not Corbin is actually 10 years old, but that really sealed the deal for me. I do think he is, in fact, 10 years old.
Sweet baby boy Corbin over there is a little tender boy.
It's because of my voice. We've been over this. I hit puberty. I can promise you, emotionally and mentally, I am very much 10 years old.
Yeah, confirmed. All right, the next entry from the Kanto region says, a legendary bird Pokemon that appears with a gigantic thunderstorm. It flies with the buzz and crack of electricity.
Ooh, I like that too. With the buzz and the crack, it ain't ever coming back. Love that. You know what I mean?
Well, watch it, Corbin.
Sorry.
All right,
we may be in international waters right now, but the rules still apply.
we are still in the Kanto region. What are you talking about?
We absolutely are not in international waters.
Okay, well then even more so the rules still apply, Corbin.
Yeah,
okay.
You're still in Kanto. And we are still reading Kanto Pokedex entries. This next one says, one of the legendary bird Pokemon, while it is flying, it makes crackling and snapping sounds. So we got buzz, crack, crackle, and snapping.
Snap, crackle, pop. It's Zapdos.
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
Oh, wait, hold on. The three legendary bird Pokemon, right? Snap is Articuno, right? Because it's like snapping ice.
That makes sense.
Snap, crackle is Zapdos for electricity, the crackle of electricity, obviously. And then pop is Moltres. Because, popping flames and stuff.
Popcorn. Heat,
right.
popcorn.
Yeah,
that makes
sense.
I
said that works better.
That works way better, Mr. Chris.
Fire heats popcorn.
Fire, heat, pop. Fire's popping.
Fire heats
right,
corn, makes popcorn pop. Love it.
So picture this, a t-shirt that just says all of that, all of what Mr. Curtis said.
Tasty popcorn.
It's a picture of Articuno, and it says snap in like icy letters, Zapdos, and it says crackle in like electric letters, and then Moltres, it says pop, and then in like smaller text below it, it says, because like heat makes popcorn and popcorn makes popping noises.
And then underneath, love it, good popcorn.
I can't wait for one of our millions of students listening at home to draw that for us. That sounds so fun.
I cannot stress enough it's not millions. I wish it were millions, but it's not.
One day.
But maybe one day. All right, that does it for the Kanto region. Let's move on to the Johto region. The first entry says, this legendary bird Pokemon causes savage thunderstorms by flapping its glittering wings.
Ooh, glittering.
Right?
Glitter. She glitters, does she? Okay.
I think, didn't Articuno also glitter?
I think Articuno
Glitter
did.
Was
Glisten, maybe.
Translucent, icy wings.
It was translucent. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. But like
wings.
It makes snow when it flaps its wings. So I mean, and snow
does.
catches the light and makes it glitter.
Yes.
Yes, it all checks out. So I'll say it together. Professor Jacob is right.
Great, beautiful, handsome professor man that I worship the ground that he walks on.
Why are you staring at the ground under his feet like that?
Oh, it's the ground that I'm walking on. I think that seemed pretty obvious to me.
I made it very clear my opinion of the ground that Professor Jacob walks on.
I think that's a figure of speech, but you're actually like licking your lips at the ground.
You should see what he does to the ground that I run on.
Don't get me so excited.
Yeah, I probably won't. Let's read the next entry here in the Johto region. This legendary bird Pokemon is said to appear only when a thundercloud parts into two halves. Kind of like an egg opening.
Hatching.
Right?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Like an egg hatching.
And born before us are the glittering wings of a Zapdos.
Wow. Hey, we might be doing a poem today, so hold that in for a little bit longer.
I mean, can we please do a quiz though? Like for real though? Like quiz,
hey, can you shut up though? Can you shut up? No quiz.
Wow. Okay. You know what?
I've noticed, Corbin, you've been getting a lot more daring with your insults to Mr. Curtis.
I think I'm taking back my jacket now.
Listen, all I'm saying is,
no,
I'm just saying.
All right, pass it up.
Give it.
No, we're inside now anyway. Okay, we're out of the cold, so you don't need it.
You can't deflect all of life's problems by crying, Corbin.
Yeah, I can.
No,
Good.
You can't. Now that isn't to say that you should never cry. Sometimes, when you're witnessing, let's say, the beauty of the glittering wings of Zapdos, it's okay to cry.
Of course, be in touch with your emotions.
Just
don't hide behind your tears. Own your tears.
Own your tears. Yeah.
Be the master
show
of your
the
tears.
world your tears.
I just have to, shake off all of Corbin's tears off my jacket real quick. Hold on.
That's a lot of tears. Wow. It was drenched.
I'm a real sad boy.
We know, Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The next entry here from the Johto region and the last one says, Legendary Bird Pokemon. God, this feels so robotic.
Very good.
They say lightning caused by the flapping of its wings causes summer storms.
Oh.
Who's they?
Okay.
Who is they? And why are they
Wait,
saying this? What's their evidence?
It seems kind of interesting because on one hand it's like the Zapdos causes the storm, but also the storm gives birth to the Zapdos. So what came first?
Yeah, which came first, the storm or the Zapdos?
The storm or the Zapdos.
It adds to the storm by providing more electricity by flapping its wings.
Okay.
And also just because it says it appears when a thundercloud parts into two halves. It doesn't mean it's born from a thundercloud parting into two halves.
Well, right. That was just us messing around. Well, I mean, I was messing around. I wasn't being serious. I would never think something so stupid.
He was being a goofy goober. Okay, whoa.
Okay.
That's not necessary, Corbin.
What? Sorry. The seasickness is making me very irritable today.
A jerk ball, a real jerk ball.
Hey! No name calling. Hey!
Sorry, I shouldn't be dropping the J word.
I'm gonna start crying.
Wow. No.
Again.
You better behave yourself in this class, Corbin. That's all I have to say. Because you know what? I know where you live, and I know your dad. I'm on speaking terms with Mr.
You've met him? You know where he is? You finally found my dad?
I'm on speaking terms with Mr. Mime. And,
that's not my dad.
And he's very concerned
Curtis.
About your behavior recently.
Well, he is concerned. I know that,
yeah,
but he's not my dad.
He comes to us frequently for office hours, and he's like, "I'm worried about my son."
Yeah, he is the most well-attended PTA parent-teacher conference attender.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, he's actually the president of the PTA.
I have told him so many times that I'm not his son. I gotta have a talk.
Wow.
With him again. I'm sorry.
You tell him that? Corbin, how do you think that makes him feel?
He should know. He's got eyeballs. I'm not a Mr. Mime. I'm human. This is beside the point. Let's just carry on with the lesson.
I mean, you're certainly at least half human.
I am full human. Every bit. I was born.
That's not what that fuzzy blue hair of yours says.
Yeah,
that is not blue hair. That's not okay. Sorry, that's a blue lamp.
Those big bouncy shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't have bouncy shoulders. I don't have blue hair. That is a blue
big old
lamp.
grippers on your hands.
My hands are a little big though. No, my hair is brown. See? Oh my god, I'm done. I am 5 seconds away from jumping off the ship.
Okay, well let's avoid that by reading the Hoenn region Pokedex entries. I know one thing that will make Corbin not want to jump off of a ship is Pokedex entries.
Yeah,
we can try. We can try it. I'm willing to try.
Okay, we'll try it. We'll see what this does for you. Zapdos is a legendary bird Pokemon that has the ability to control electricity.
That makes sense.
Okay,
It usually lives in thunderclouds. The Pokemon gains power if it is stricken by lightning bolts.
So it gains more.
Stricken? Is that right? Would it not be struck?
Well, whatever you say, Professor. That's the way it is.
Well, I'm not an English professor, so.
But I would say that once again, it's like, lightning bolts comes from the wings, but also it can be hit by lightning bolts. Make up your mind, Zapdos.
Well, it's not Zapdos. It's the people that are writing the Pokedex entries. They can't make up their minds.
It's Zaptoast, and Zaptoast says, "I want both." And you know what I say about eating your cake and having it too.
There's so much wrong.
Whoa, hold on. What do you say?
Only on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay. It's Zapdos, Mr. Curtis, not Zaptos.
Zaptoast, like breakfast and
not
toast.
that either. Zapdos.
Professor, excuse me, Professor. What's the correct pronunciation?
You have your hand raised. What's the question?
Is it Zaptoast or Zaptos or Zaptos?
None of those are right. None of the options that you provided to me are correct.
Wow. Nice.
But what Corbin said, Zapdos, that is correct.
Woo! Gold star for me. What?
Gold star for Corbin.
Really? Oh, I actually get one today. Oh, my luck is coming around.
All the gold stars are back in the classroom, so we don't have any available to hand out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe like an IOU will work for now. Like, I'll get one when we get back.
All of our IOUs were lost in the shipwreck last week.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you could just think about it, and I could get a gold star when we get back.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Well,
I'll remember.
We'll think about it.
We'll think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that does it for the Hoenn entries. Let's move on to the Sinnoh region Pokedex entries. The first one says, a legendary Pokemon that is said to live inside thunderclouds. It can freely control thunder.
Oh, love that.
I'm so happy for it.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Curtis says okay, and therefore it is okay.
And I said okay. And I said all right.
So I think that does it for the Sinnoh region. The Sinnoh region entries are pretty short. This one seems slightly different, but I think it's the same. I think it says the exact same thing. So I'm not gonna read it. Unova is the same. Kalos is the same.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing new from the Alola region.
I guess that makes sense. You can't report a lot on it because, like, people don't really see it.
Yeah, and, if you don't know anything about it, you end up just saying, legend tells that this Pokemon can generate lightning by wiggling its big pinky toe.
Ooh, that'd be a kind of cool trick.
This legendary Pokemon's favorite food is said to be pineapples.
Ooh.
There are no entries from the Alola region, so we don't get to hear about how.
Oh, I thought you were wiggling some. I thought you were reading some entries. Sorry.
No. That was coming straight from Professor Jacob's dome.
Oh, okay.
Woo. I'm sorry. I gotta sneeze with all this fish in this room.
I did. Yeah, there are Magikarps like everywhere in here.
It's disgusting.
It's pretty gross. But I mean, what can we say? We're on a fishing ship. Beggars can't be choosers.
Right. But I will beg and I will choose to cry later.
Okay. Is it really a choice at this point?
As long as you own up, you don't hide behind those tears.
Yeah. No, I never do.
Own them.
I'm an open book, and I'm an open, poet and artist and soft, tender soul.
All right.
I'll be the judge of that. Anyways, as I was saying, nothing new from the Alola region, so we aren't going to hear how their Zapdoses are the best Zapdoses, and they have the most lightning
because they don't have
all the regions.
Oh!
Yeah, so suck it, Alola.
Moving
on to the Galar region. The first entry says, this Pokemon has complete control over electricity. There are tales of Zapdos nesting in the dark depths of pitch-black thunderclouds.
How do you make a nest in the clouds?
Well, I'm not a Zapdos, so I don't know. I can't do it.
You had me fooled, though. Thought you were one.
Yeah, my Zapdos-like qualities.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, you've never seen a Zapdos, so...
That's true.
They could really look like anything to you. Oh, yeah, by the way, Mr. Curse, how is that drawing going?
Oh, trust me. It is... I've got this one here as my first one.
Okay.
And,
so as you can see, Zapdos has some spiky feathers.
Oh,
that's not too bad of a drawing, Mr. Curtis.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Thank you.
Professor, it does look like you a little bit because you do have really, like, kind of spiky, crazy hair, like bedhead, like constant bedhead. So,
okay.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
sure.
Makes sense.
And I do jump in the air and, like, kick my legs out and throw my hands out, like, a lot, like, yeah!
Yeah! That is the professor.
Yeah, I have seen you do that quite a bit.
Okay, moving on. The next entry here in the Galar region says, Zapdos is a legendary bird Pokemon. It's said that when Zapdos rubs its feathers together, lightning will fall immediately after.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess it's generating electricity, static electricity between its feathers. I always kind of... Does Zapdos have feathers?
They're kind of like just
I think
big
they
old...
do, yeah. Yeah, of course they do. Why wouldn't they?
I kind of just feel like they have like more like needly things instead
of
feathers.
Big needly spines, kind of like Jolteon has like spikes almost.
Yeah, so they're definitely they're very fine feathers. I would imagine
they're fine. Yeah, very. But again, I've never seen one in person, so what would I know?
Who has?
Okay, that does it for the regional Pokedex entries. Let's move on to the unique Pokedex entries. There's 2 here. The first one comes to us from Ash's Pokedex. It says Zapdos, the electric Pokemon. Zapdos has both electric and flying elements. I think they mean typings, maybe?
Yeah.
And, get this. This is a great word. And
Ooh.
the flappage of its wings can create lightning.
Say it again.
The flappage of its wings can create lightning.
Love that.
Do you think that's a real word? Is that a real word? Where are we in the real world?
All words are made up. It is now.
Oh my God, you're right. All words are made up. Everything is made up. Time is but a construct.
Yeah. Bukada is now a word.
All right. So every time you see a bird Pokemon flying around, you could comment on their flappage.
We got to rate the flappage like we used to do for hug ability.
Oh, we can still do hug ability too.
What scale would we use for flappage?
Guys, I'm gonna be crazy here and say, what if we do a 1 to 10 scale?
I was thinking 6 to 19.
6 to 19 is good.
Yeah,
I like
let's
that.
do that. That's good.
I hate that. What if we do 1 to 10, but 10 is the worst?
What if we do 6 to 19?
10 out of 10 would not recommend.
What if we do 6 to 19, but halfway in between, like maybe 12 is the worst?
Oh man, so it's kind of like a mountain peak,
right? Yeah.
Or like a parabola,
or you, right? Like it's good on either end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sure. We'll go with that for flappage. Was the flappage scale? We'll definitely remember anytime there's a flying Pokemon.
We'll remember this.
So what would we give Zapdos on the flappage scale?
Well, the flappage of its wings can create lightning, so that has to count for something.
That's got to be a 12. That's.
Is 12 the highest?
Well, 12 is bad though.
12
is
is
at
the
the
highest.
bottom.
No, we just went over this. 12 is the highest.
Oh,
It's-
okay. I thought 12 was the lowest.
No. It's not like it's like an upside down U.
Come on, Mr. Kurtz. This is a very easy scale to understand. I don't know why you're
I'm
having so much trouble
sorry.
with
I thought it
it.
was pretty obvious. The middle number is the highest, so 12.
6 to 19.
But I don't
Sure.
think Zapdos has got a lot of flappage to it. It's just a lot of buzz zap zap.
Yeah, it doesn't even have wings. Or it does have wings. It doesn't even have feathers.
You don't know that. It does have feathers. It has to. It literally said in the Pokedex entry that it rubs feathers together. What do you think it is? Giant blocks on it? There's got to be feathers.
Well, no, I was thinking more like needles, more like fine needles.
You'll have to ask one if you ever meet it.
Yeah, I'll ask it in person. I'm gonna go with a 11 on the flappage scale. You know what? 10 on the flappage scale.
All right, I'll allow it.
Yes, very good, Professor. I was thinking the same thing. It's a
I bet
10.
you were. You kiss butt.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, moving on. The next unique entry comes to us from Go's Rotom Phone. It says Zapdos, the electric Pokemon, an electric and flying type. It is said that Zapdos can be found inside thunderclouds and that it can control lightning. Period. A legendary Pokemon.
Hey.
Okay. So we just left that at the very end then. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's a legendary Pokemon if you care about that kind of thing.
A Pokemon of legends, one might say.
Legendary status this Pokemon has.
Right.
Yes.
All right. So that does it for all of the Pokedex entries on Zapdos. Is what I would say if there wasn't a Galarian variation of Zapdos.
Oh, hey.
Wait,
Yeah.
Professor, of a variation of a legendary Pokemon?
Yes. We saw it with Articuno as well. Galar also has a form for Articuno.
Jeez, I guess I just wasn't. I was
Paying
a little
attention?
distracted at the time.
You weren't
I
paying
guess.
attention in Professor's class?
Yeah, why were you not
always-
paying attention?
I thought you were the assistant. I thought you were supposed to pay attention all the time.
Well, I'm always paying attention. I don't know what you're talking about.
You just said you didn't remember that there was a variant for Articuno, and I remembered that.
I plead the fifth. I don't know.
Strange. It seems like we should have a new assistant here, and his name is Corbin.
Yeah, listen, I don't think I've looked at the grades, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep Mr. Curtis as the assistant.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, he really
cheats.
tensed up there.
He cheats. I'm sure of it.
All right, well, once you bring me proof of that, I'll believe you.
He also smells bad.
Well, I mean, you also smell bad,
No,
Corbin.
that's because I was wearing his jacket. Don't you want an assistant who smells good and can rap? That's my pitch.
No, I don't. All right. So obviously the entries on Galarian Zapdos come to us from the Galar region. The first one says, when its feathers rub together, they produce a crackling sound like the zapping of electricity. That's why this Pokemon is called Zapdos.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess any Pokemon that generates the sound of zapping electricity, I guess, is like, oh, that's a Zapdos.
Well, you see, we've met a couple electric types that make that type of noise. So that can't always be the case.
Jolteon definitely makes crackling noises. So is that also a Zapdos?
No.
Maybe.
Because it doesn't fly and nest in the sky.
Well, neither does this Zapdos. In fact, I don't think this Zapdos can fly. I think this is
the Galarian one?
What's up with that? Galarian one is fully grounded.
Oh, fully grounded. Wow. No
Yeah.
electricity coming from him.
Exactly. And yet it can still produce crackling noises.
Make it make sense.
Please, show me the logic. All right, the next entry, then the final one for Galarian Zapdos says, one kick from its powerful legs will pulverize a dump truck. Supposedly, this Pokemon runs through the mountains at over 180 miles per hour.
Now that is fast.
That's pretty fast.
Hey,
I think
that's fast, but that's not like that fast. We've encountered faster Pokemon than that.
Well, flying Pokemon.
But if you put a river with a Golduck in it next to the Zapdos, the Golduck is going to blow past it, right? Maybe?
Probably.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, we said that Golduck is the fastest in water, right? Doesn't say anything about if it's the fastest if it in water is faster than any land Pokemon. So what we have to do is find the fastest water Pokemon. I mean, technically the second fastest water Pokemon, and then we can compare their speed to the fastest land Pokemon.
Okay.
That makes sense. Am I making sense here? Okay,
I'm
all tracking.
I can track it.
Now, I think we did say that. I believe it was Alolan Sandslash that slides on its belly at the speed of a bullet.
I don't remember that at all.
Which I think we did determine was faster than Mach. Was it Mach 2, which is what
Pidgeot goes?
Pidgeot flies.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we did ultimately decide that was just a turn of phrase, and it isn't actually moving at the speed of a bullet.
I hope not.
Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy.
Because it does say like a bullet and not at the speed of a bullet. But anyways, this is not a lesson on Alolan Sandslash or Sandshrew.
Oh, it sounded like it was turning into one.
That happens sometimes. That does it on all the Pokedex entries for Galarian Zapdos. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any curiosity that was not sated in these Pokedex entries?
No, I'm pretty sated by you, Professor.
I think
I hate that.
I think it all makes sense.
Wow, amazing! I'm so glad that it does.
I mean, as much as a legendary electric, flying yellow Decidueye would make sense.
Oh my god!
This is all theoretical anyway. It is a legend.
Yeah, it's a legendary. It's like, I mean, this isn't. It's not a real. Like, I mean, it's so hard to say what is real and what is fake about Zapdos because, I mean, you rarely ever see it, and you definitely wouldn't see it on a day like today where it's so nice and. Now that is it raining outside now?
It's starting to.
I think it's starting to rain. Wow. Okay, it's starting to rain a lot actually.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
That's weird. Okay, and I've noticed that the waves have definitely gotten a lot rougher.
The boat is rocking back and forth.
Where are you finding these rocks in the ocean, Mr. Curtis?
That's so funny.
Thank you. It's funny. It's funny every time. It will always be funny.
It will always be funny.
Well, I'm sure the wonderful sailors on this fishing vessel know what they're doing. So let's go ahead and pass the time by doing an assignment.
It is Quiz
Poem?
time. Gonna get
poem?
out my
A poem
extra
would make
quiz
me feel a
paper.
lot better.
All right, so
Poem.
let me hear votes on poem.
1. Me.
All right, I have 1 vote for poem. Let me hear votes for quiz.
Quiz right here. I got the quiz paper right
All
here.
right, so I have 1 vote for quiz. Now that's a tie. And you know what we do for a tiebreaker?
We
go with the
do
teaching
a
assistant because the
poem.
teaching assistant is more important than the former classroom.
We go with the student because he is the future.
No, the tiebreaker is pitch a Pokemon.
Oh.
Oh wow, jeez. So it's a compromise where everybody's unhappy.
Oh, that sounds like my house. I mean, Sorry, what's the pitch Pokemon again? Remind me. Sorry, let's move on.
Well, in fact, I will read you the rubric for pitch a Pokemon.
Please do.
So first of all, you must include the information that we learned in class. 2, you must demonstrate an understanding of the Pokemon's unique attributes and abilities. 3, and we have changed this slightly. The selling point or points must be unique to the Pokemon we've discussed this lesson. Unique. That's very important. And also, as a side thing, these selling points must not be for the must be for the Pokemon itself and not a product it provides or produces. So don't sell me Zapdos electricity in a bottle or something. And then finally, the student who provides the most compelling selling points will get a bonus point.
Hey,
Hey,
So
a gold
a
star.
A bonus point is on the table here.
All
So,
right.
please, I've decided I have the cash. I want to buy a legendary Pokemon. Convince me that it should be Zapdos.
I thought you said they were really expensive and you couldn't afford one.
This is all hypothetical. You don't actually have one to sell.
Oh.
yeah. Where would you go to just randomly, buy a legendary Pokemon? That's not a thing. It's not like there's a breeder out there that bred a super version of a regular Pokemon and turned it into a legendary and now breeds and sells the ones that it breeds or anything like that. I mean, that's not a thing that people do.
I'm hearing a lot of bragging about Spinnerack breeding farms and not a lot of writing your Pokemon.
Okay,
Yes, this
right.
isn't an interview, Mr. Curtis. Shut up and write.
Stop bragging.
I'm sorry. I'm writing.
All right. Well, I think it looks like everybody's done with their pitch here. Can I get a confirmation on that?
Yee.
Okay. Corbin's ready, Mr. Curtis.
I'm ready, Professor.
Oh wow, it sounds like you're starting to get a little bit seasick too. I've been watching, guys. It's like
dead Magikarp are kind of getting on into your nose, huh?
yeah. And this storm is not getting any better. That's for sure. All right, Corbin, would you like to start with your presentation?
Always, best goes first. Okay, so you are in the market for a Zapdos, and it just so happens that I have one that I'm willing to sell to you. Now, I got 2 really great uses for a Zapdos if you need to use it. So first of all, because Zapdos can control electricity freely, and because it can obviously fly in the sky, it can go pretty high and all that stuff, I think Zapdos would be great for running electricity through places where wires can't go. Because normally, as most people know, there are wires that run through the oceans and into the bottom sea floors that go in between different regions and continents to connect everybody to the World Wide Web, to the internet and stuff. What if you just used Zapdos for a couple, you could have a Zapdos hover between 2 separate islands, and instead of running the cables or whatever through the water and possibly mess up the environment, you could just have the Zapdos chilling up there, and you could just, manipulate the electricity from some of the wires and some of the, towers and stuff to the other ones. I think it can kind of manipulate the electricity and signals in that sense. I think that would be very, very, very useful. Also, it could be, in that same vein, if you were to lose power, you could do that too. If you needed to radio somebody and you're like, oh my god, I'm out of power, what do I do? The Zapdos could provide electricity.
Plug my Pikachu into the wall.
Yeah, exactly. So it could provide electricity for that. So it could be used to control electricity, like we talked about, to connect with people through the internet or telephone or whatever. I think that's the first use I have for it. The second use for Zapdos is it can help you sleep soundly. The crackling is very, very nice and cool to listen to. There's so many people out there that love the sound of thunderstorms. I am one of them. I'm sure you guys are too. I love thunderstorms. They're very soothing to sleep to. Now, how about having your own personal thunderstorm to play while you go to sleep? That is cool. Like, that is just straight up awesome. You could have your Zapdos cause a thunderstorm whenever, and you could sleep soundly, number one. And number two, if you're one of those people that happens to sleep during the day, or maybe you need a nap, the thunder clouds will provide shade, so you can get your room even darker. It'll be like you're in the middle of the night sleeping. You'll have no issue at all going to sleep and staying asleep.
I do like sleeping in the dark and the damp.
I mean, listen, then I should be pitching to you then, Mr. Curtis.
That's how he gestates better.
Right, exactly. So those are my two uses for Zapdos.
All right, so let me get it straight. Connecting electrical connections in hard to reach places.
Yes.
And as a sleeping device.
A sleeping aid.
A sleep aid.
A sleep aid. Yes.
Okay. That's pretty good. I don't know. You mentioned like connecting up to the internet, and I don't know. I don't think that Zapdos would really be able to do that. But yeah, sure, electricity, absolutely. Because I mean, yeah. So that was pretty good. I'm gonna take like some minor points off for that web thing, but otherwise very good. And I think you have very compelling selling points here, and I'd be interested to see.
There we go.
If Mr. Curtis can outdo you. Whoa! Did you guys hear that thunder strike? That was so loud.
Oh, it was very loud.
It was very violent, and the ship just shook.
Yeah, it was like right next to us.
Oh, jeez. Let me get through my pitch real quick here.
Yes, go ahead. Go
sure.
for it.
Thank you, Professor. And
it almost kind of sounded like you were telling me what to do.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Professor. Please.
A little disrespectful, Mr. Curtis. Please.
Of course, cause for dismissal. So I hope I hope for your sake that that's not what you were doing.
You might get fired today.
Of course not. Of course not. Please guide me, Professor. What should I do now?
Well, if you would like to, you could give us your pitch. Your pitch of Pokemon.
You could burn your entire colony of Spinnerax.
Only if it pleases you, Professor.
It would very much.
Okay, all right, good. Thank you, Professor.
Burning Spinnerax?
And also only to take a big long sip of water right before doing so.
Okay, of course. Yeah, I do have to clear my throat a little bit. Hold on.
No.
Wow.
That's good.
That was
Mr.
a
Curtis,
juicy one.
That bucket had Magikarp bodies in it.
Oh God.
Oh, but it tasted so good.
Oh, it's all over his face now too.
Thank you, Professor. Oh, that really hit the spot.
Is that a scale on your chin?
Don't vomit, because if you vomit, I'm gonna vomit.
Hey guys, keep it on that side of the ship. I know the ship is really rocking right now.
All right. Please give us your pitch.
Okay,
please.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Corbin. I sat here thinking about what would be a perfect use for the great legendary bird Zapdos. I had a hard time concentrating.
Immediate point removal.
Thank you.
Zapdos, I mean. I had a hard time concentrating on writing because of the storm. And then it hit me. The storm. While there are many strong flyers amongst the Pokemon of the world.
Pokemon?
None truly
losing points.
Inhabit a storm like Zapdos. Taking that into consideration, I realized Zapdos would be, in fact, a perfect...
You definitely said Zapdos.
Yeah.
Zapdos.
Points off again.
Zapdos would, in fact, perfectly be a great lab assistant to a meteorologist studying storms.
Oh, okay.
They could fly into massive storms and tornadoes, unfazed by the lightning and strong stormy weather. The size of the Zapdos is perfectly suited for carrying the big, heavy, bulky monitoring equipment. And finally, being an electric type, you would not need to supply batteries or power supplies for that equipment, as Zapdos could power the system, leaving less room for potential damage and system failures. And of course, the equipment could stay up and running for the entire time as the storm, without having to worry about running out of power during that process. So I rest my case.
Oh, okay. Resting your case. All right. That was a pretty short one.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I mean, you lost half points because you said Zapdos and Zapdos.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that's about. What's the pitch about? Which Pokemon? I don't know.
It's Zapdos, actually.
So I will say, so I'm gonna dock a few points because I feel as though you didn't quite include a lot of information that we learned in class. But I'm going to overlook the fact that you called it Zapdos for most of the presentation.
Oh, jeez, thank you.
I mean, it's not the right Pokemon, so it's got to be wrong.
Let's see here. Now, these are both really, really good and unique uses for Zapdos. And, you know, being somebody who loves, you know, research and study, I can see, like, the incredible benefit of having a Pokemon that can, you know, fly into thunderstorms and power your equipment. However, I feel like the sleep aid aspect that Corbin brought is just so... I don't know, it's so unique and interesting. Like, it's absolutely not something that you would think about, but it does a real, like, I mean, it really would. I mean, people love to listen to thunder and rain when they're trying to fall asleep. And it does, you know, block the sun and the light. So, this is, I will say this is a hard choice, but I am going to give it to Corbin on this.
Oh! Yes, suck it, Mr. Curtis. Ooh.
That is, I suppose that's fair and equitable.
Ooh, I got the F&D, so I'm glad. Okay,
my luck has turned around today, baby.
Well, excellent job to the both of you, and God, whoa, those waves are getting crazy, and the thunder.
What is going on out there?
Should we take a look, or should we go out and take a look?
Well, that's fine. That's fine, Professor. I do have a silk life vest for you to wear.
Of course you do.
Silk one. Does silk hold up well in water?
Yeah, well, it's Spinnerack silk.
Oh,
of course
Spinnerack silk, of course.
Yes.
Why did I even question?
Of course. What other material?
And you don't have any for the child, I assume?
No, not for you. You're not. Listen, there's plenty of 10-year-olds that are running around.
Okay, I hate to cut you off, guys, but do you hear? I can hear some cries out there. I think we better go out and check that out.
I need to see what's going on. You lead the way.
Okay, yeah, follow me. Come along. Careful though. Hold on to something.
Okay, I can't really see too much. It's like it's coming down kind of hard right now.
Yeah, and that cloud up there is. It's so big and so dark.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Is it splitting in half?
It's splitting!
No, it couldn't be.
There's no way.
It's birthing!
The odds of this happening again are... Is that Zapdos?
Oh my god. Oh jeez. Oh, hold on to something. The lightning is getting so powerful.
Decidueye of the sky!
We have to name this one. We didn't name Articuno last week. I want to name it. I want to name it.
Name it something that would make an Articuno proud.
Okay, let me name something. Okay, so I'm frozen here still in terror and awe, and like I'm frozen like it's ice. And
I'm just gonna drag you over here, Corbin.
Drag ice and drag. How about Ice Dragon? I'm gonna name it Ice Dragon.
Okay.
And also
Ice Dragon for an electric Decidueye in the sky.
Yes.
That seems weird. It seems like it'd be a much better name for Articuno.
Shut up! It's gonna work for this one. It also coincidentally happens to be one of the students' names on Patreon. So
wow.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay, well it's starting to retreat back up into the clouds. Can we get a good description of it before it goes?
Big, yellow, looks like a dragon, but not.
Woo! Sounds like zapping.
No!
I would say I don't think it looks like a dragon at all. Actually, it's got a very long beak.
It's basically a lot like Fearow, but it's covered in yellow and black.
The wind is really strong. I can't quite hear you.
I said it's yellow and black fur. I said yellow and black fur. And it's very big. And very fierce looking. That's what I said.
Okay,
Professor.
All right. Gee, okay, you don't have to yell. It's gone away. The storm is dying down now, Corman. You don't have to yell. Oh my God.
I know. My eardrums hurt. Why is Mr. Curtis on the other side of the boat? What is he doing?
He's hanging onto the rudder on the bottom.
What are you doing?
How'd you get down there?
I don't know. Got knocked back over here.
Oh my God, Mr. Curtis. Oh, you know what? That's fine. I think it's meant to be.
It's probably fine. All right, let's move on. Does anybody know what Pokemon we're going to be talking about next week? I'll give you a hint. It is another legendary bird Pokemon. It's the only one we haven't talked about. Oh
my gosh.
Talked about.
It's got to be Lugia this time, right?
Did those count as legendary bird Pokemon?
Lugia is definitely a legendary bird Pokemon.
It looks more like a dragon to me.
I can't hear you. You'll have to speak up, Mr. Curtis.
Or climb back on the ship. I know you have that ability.
I know. You got knocked off. Come back up here if you can. Can you come back up?
I'm not climbing, but I'm saying it's a ho-ho.
That is another legendary bird Pokemon, isn't that, huh? No, we're learning about Moltres next week.
Oh.
Yes.
It's Moltres. Did you hear it?
Okay.
It's Moltres. That's next week.
Yes, the flame
Curtis.
Pokemon. Okay,
yes.
well, so that's going to do it for today's lesson. I think, guys, if you look over the horizon there, I think you can. Is that the telltale volcano of Cinnabar Island?
We finally made it! Woo!
Well, not quite. We still have a little ways to go, but it looks like it's going to be smooth sailing from here on out. So if you have any questions for me, the professor, feel free to send me a Gengar mail or message me on the Flying Pokemon themed social network site Twitter. You can find all of our names and handles in our description. If you would like to donate to the classroom, you can do so on our Patreon. And if you may remember, we did ask recently what our virtual students would like our first Patreon goal reward to be. And we have concluded our research and taken all the votes and tallied it up. And because of that, when we hit $200 a month on Patreon, maybe I should say if we hit $200 a month on Patreon,
right,
we will be doing a Nuzlocke run. I'll have to talk to the principal to figure out how we are going to swing that. But yeah, so and we, in addition to this $200 goal, we have several other stretch goals. Some of them more realistic than others. But yeah, please go to our Patreon and check those out. And it's we obviously this would be a big thank you for your support, because all of the help that you've given us have helped us persuade the principal to keep these lessons ad free, because man, he's pushing for it.
Yep, he is. He's money hungry.
That money grubbing professor.
No, I'm the professor. How dare you? I'm not money grubbing.
Principal.
Wow, he's on the record saying that, Professor.
Yeah, I can't believe it. He's getting real punchy this lesson.
I'm
really
so
bad.
sorry.
All right, but that's enough talking. So until next time, class is dismissed.
Welcome to the World of Pokemon as part of the Pokecasters Network.